Welcome to the Bozzini Kitchen. Today, we're making one of our simpler recipes, made even more simple by the fact that we've never made this before. And it's called a checkerboard cookie. And is very simply a matter of making one recipe of a French sable cookie, French vanilla sable cookie. In order to do that, we have 1 cube of challenged butter, 1/2 cup of sugar, 1½ cups of flour, combined with 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda and 1/8 teaspoon of salt, to which we will later add a teaspoon of vanilla extract and 1 large egg. But since I happen to need only an egg white as a binder later, I'm going to use 2 egg yolks. Now, we're going to do this first as the recipe, the French vanilla recipe, which means no chocolate powder. And then we're going to make the exact same recipe and add the chocolate powder, which makes the dark chocolate sables. Are you following all this? So if you really want to listen to all the noise that I'm about to make all this noise. And then tomorrow, we'll pop this right out of the refrigerator, making it seem as if it's only taken 2 or 3 minutes to get all this together, and we'll do assembly, which is very, very mysterious. Now we have here our KitchenAid cement mixer, which we add the butter and begin to cream in about 30 seconds, and then we'll add in the 1/2 cup of sugar. Okay, after we've creamed our butter and added the sugar, we're going to just very simply here separate 1 egg. And it just happens to be that the assembly of this recipe requires an egg white as binder, so I'm going to throw the extra egg yolk in here. Although for this recipe it really only requires 1 egg. And we'll put in our whole egg. And some pure vanilla extract, an entire teaspoon. So we put in our teaspoon of extract. And are you getting the flavor of emerald here?
Smell-o-vision.
Mm-hmm. And everything but the jazz band. Of course, for backup noise, background noise, we have this. Beating our butter and sugar, we're just going to add in our flour mixture and let this become a vanilla sable. All right. And all we need to do here is push the cookie dough into the pan, and we're going to let it sit overnight because it says to let this chill for a couple of hours, and this is kind of late on Saturday night. In a couple of hours I'm going to be in bed, so we'll see you in the morning when presto it comes out. Okay, now that we have it in the pan the way that we wanted it to be, we will be taking a small commercial break, and we'll be back when it's ready.
T'invidio turista che arrivi, t'imbevi dei forri e dei scavi, poi tutto d'un tratto.
Okay, now we're just putting this in the refrigerator until tomorrow when we will continue our assembly. Bye till then. Now we're making the exact same recipe, but this is the dark chocolate side. So we have our Nestle's cocoa powder here, and we have to sift that before it gets mixed into the flour, so there aren't any little chocolate lumps. And actually you can sift it right into the flour. Okay, well, we've made the second batch, which is exactly the same as the first batch, but as you can see, that one is the vanilla, this one is the chocolate, and we'll be leaving it here in the refrigerator overnight, and we'll see you in the morning. Bye! Okay, as you can see, we've created our 4 cookie stacks here in the checkerboard fashion, and now they go into the refrigerator to get chilled again. And that'll keep the layers all stuck together so we can cut them up for individual cookies. See you in a half hour. Well, it's a half an hour later, and you can see we have our 4 bricks nice and solid that we are going to begin now to cut into just about a 1/2 inch slice, so that this will become our individual checkerboard cookie. Then they said it couldn't be done. And we just put them right on top of our previously lined with parchment paper cookie sheets. And in about 15 minutes we'll be tasting nice warm cookies. So we'll see you then. No need to adjust your TV set. This is what it looks like when you have a whole bunch of checkerboard cookies in front of you. As you can see, each and every cookie has come out exactly like a checkerboard, so I must have done something right. Well, Mom and Dad, you might wonder why you're getting this crazy video, but I didn't begin the entire process by saying that this has come out of the book you sent me last year, and it's not the first recipe I've taken out of this, but I basically handed the book to my videographer nephew and his wife and said, find a cookie that I can send to Sandy and Ted for the holidays, for Hanukkah. And they picked this one thinking that I was not going to be able to accomplish the actual checkerboard. But with a little bit of rereading and a little bit of practice, I'll probably end up with a completely square checkerboard instead of a slightly rectangular one. Buon appetito!